na mimi nataka niwaambie tuko tayari na tuko kadi.
So, African countries are developing and speed cameras are becoming a very common thing. Rwanda, for example, is one country that has perfected it, and so is Egypt and many others. But when it comes to Kenya, it might be slightly different. I think it might work so well that it stops working altogether. Hear me out. Before we go any deeper, you need to know something about this guy, Pesaprint. It is a company that has recently been involved in major government projects and mostly the transport system. It has fingers in the smart driving license generation, traffic enforcements, and the instant fine systems, just to name a few. It's not even suspicious at all that it got direct procurement of these projects. No tenders, no advertisements, nothing. In our national language, we call that commando. Also, the fact that it has root connections to high political figures in this country is very normal. Nothing wrong about that, just one of the perks of being born and raised in an African country. And the good thing about companies having political influence is that they can be helped to manage their finances, even as standalone private sectors. And even senior citizens could get free rides to highly protected zones if they don't comply. Kind of a win-win situation. So I believe we are in good hands. Since that is out of the way, let us now get to the juicy part. There's a limited number of roads in this country that deserve cameras. 2 of them already cancelled before they were even conceived. That is because they couldn't make it to the State House budget plan, which leaves us with a few city centers. Of course, Nairobi and other bigger cities to be the main hubs of installation. Mobile cameras will, however, go the good old way, inside a pro box parked in a bush, and that could be anywhere between your village posho mill and your crash's home. The bigger city roads are going to have road signage, that's for sure, well, some of them at least. While in the back roads, you will have to survive on instincts. So in other words, we have cameras without proper signage to tell you what is expected of you at a given point. What would go wrong with that? Nothing. And in the African spirit of not monitoring shit, rest very well assured that vandalized or blocked road signs are going to be corrected in record 6 business decades, and that is excluding leap years. As I speak currently, most roads do not have end of speed limit signs. They do have speed limit signs though, and that only means you need to sit back, relax, and do your humble 60 kph along the entire expressway.
So expressway tells us tukiingia expressway tuna save time, tuna save fuel. Tell me why wana to limit na 60 kilometers per hour. Tena hii ni inner lane. What the hell?
What's that? You pay to use the road? What does that have to do with anything? You are so entitled. Kenyan security agencies, or authorities for that matter, have shown time and again how well they can use data, be it from cellular networks, social media, or just random adult site logs, I think. But what I do know for sure is that your data is the easiest ticket to a brand new Subaru Lift with KBA plates. So, you have thousands of vehicles passing a camera spot in a single day. And all that vehicle's data, including the color, owner's name, the engine, and every other thing is somewhere in there, which is very okay. The chances of someone in high position using it to trace another someone is rare, but never zero. And that's nothing you and I should be worried about. No one is coming after you. No, just kidding, we are all disposable. Picture this, you get snapped hitting 77 kph in a 60 zone, and immediately a message pops up in your mobile device. Hello, idiot, would you mind depositing 10k into your account for speeding? Thank you. So you worriedly look back at your expectant wife already beginning to push in the back seat. It's worrying because she's about to seriously destroy your leather seats, and you can't let that happen. But this is the biggest buffoonery you've ever seen since Yeah, that. For once in your life, you have a legitimate reason to be involved in something, but no one wants to hear your side of the story. They give you 2 options. You either accept to pay these charges or deny, both of which are very huge clusterfucks. Unlike the regular system where humans can be talked to and a reasonable decision reached, the new system does not give you a fair hearing, unless of course you want to drag it further. Roadside corruption can be a good thing sometimes, if you think about it. To avoid mishaps in this operation, traffic cameras need regular maintenance, timely speed calibration so it can snap exactly what it needs to snap at the exact time it needs to snap, constant monitoring and replacement of broken road signage, and many others, none of which the Kenyan government has time and money to perform. That is why KPLC poles are very much comfortable lying on the ground for months without being replaced. Traffic lights have been around for years, and we know how they are doing. Totally there for sure, but overridden by physical human traffic police officers.
I want problems, always! for Julie.
Or maybe just completely turn off in the middle of the night. Don't even get me started on system downsides. eCitizen can barely survive a week without some serious service outage. And that's a paid for service. They are even planning on introducing ads on it. For whoever believes in smooth operations shall not only perish, but also make his own private website. Ufala 1620. Without proper follow-up and maintenance, there will always be a fine in there for everybody. Without doubt, this program comes with bigger potholes than your rural home road. A car is caught overlapping, a message is sent to who? The owner of the vehicle, correct. Only he was not the one driving that particular day. What happens next? A lot of vehicle logbooks are yet to be transferred. Most of them still held by microfinance companies and maybe individual sales. What exactly happens to those vehicles when they end up in the government's View Once gallery? What bank receives the money collected? Now calm down, this is a sensitive area. There is a lot of speculations on this one, and as much as I love new car smell, I wouldn't want to be carried in one with the wrong number plates. Also, do politician vehicles get held in the same standards, or these are just poor people taxes? They break every single rule in the book. Overlapping, overspeeding, turning humans into statistics, every road offense you can imagine. How is that system going to deal with such buffoonery? We need to get one thing clear though. This video is not to bash NTSA's effort introducing the number of accidents. If anything, they are doing a very wonderful job cutting the statistics by half by just introducing automated systems. But the issues in this video would make it one step safer. But before they are addressed, is NTSA able to carry that much power? Thanks for watching.